Professional rugby player isn't necessarily the first image you conjure up on hearing the name Rocky Elsom, but the Wallaby is expected to add a more nuggety edge to the Leinster lineup. The latest Southern Hemisphere recruit arrives with 40 caps and the reputation of being the form flanker of the Tri-Nations.
Now it's Elsom from a standing start. No! Rocky Elsom will score for Australia! They're back in front, the men of goal!
Oh, I have to sit down.
As did the Australian Rugby Union when Elsom decided he wanted a sabbatical in Europe. They've left the door open for a swift return, but you suspect Leinster hope he'll take up the option of extending his one-year deal.
What do you think of Leinster when you were back home? What was sort of the image of the Leinster team that you had before coming over?
They're a very attacking side, that they had a really good crack, and I think they were always seen as a very positive side. And in the years prior to Michael Cheika, probably a little bit underachieving, but then have come good and turned themselves into a pretty solid and complete side. Was
it a bit of an eye-opener, perhaps a bit more physical than you were expecting in the Magnus League when you first started, or was it as you expected?
It probably wasn't more physical than I expected, but I think there are different challenges. There's challenges about how to be creative and when you create things with the ball that we don't necessarily have in say Australia or in the Super 14, where it's a bit of a given that you're going to get opportunities, whereas that's not the same here. You've got to create them for yourself, otherwise you won't get them.
He certainly didn't waste time in crafting those openings. It took Elsom all of 18 minutes to make his mark on the Heineken Cup.
And turnover, this is Rocky Elsom. Elsom throws the dummy and he's through. And can Elsom go all the way and score a try? Classic from the Australian, out of absolutely nothing.
So how long have you been working on that dummy then? It got you the try at the weekend?
Well, it was hardly a dummy, but I was very thankful that the bloke held off.
He seems to have hit the ground running. Was it man of the match as well?
Yeah, he got man of the match last week, so that's a huge game from him. He's loving it here at the moment. He played with him at Waratahs a few years. He's just always on the go. He's just a fierce competitor, and he's got a big engine and he just seems to go all day. So it's definitely something that we've seen as a big bonus.
You only need to spend 5 minutes with the man to realise he's more the Big Lebowski than Rocky Balboa. Definitely a cruiser rather than a bruiser. The only time his Wallaby teammates have heard him raise his voice was when they insisted on calling him Francis, simply because they felt Rocky wasn't a proper name.
Why is he called Rocky? That's not his real name,
That's
is
his name.
Was he christened Rocky? What's his real name?
That's his name.
His parents?
Yeah, there was no good day. I think his mum and dad used to be hippies.
Well, he can't really talk about hippies, but I don't even think Chris knows my parents, so I don't know why he would say that.
I think he's got two or three other brothers. I think they've got some groovy names as well. So
he's probably thankful he came first. His younger brother's called Dusty. Rocky needs to be at his combative best this weekend. While Leinster were clinical against Edinburgh, they're expecting fewer chances against a physical Wasp side. 2 seasons ago, the Premiership champions outscored Leinster by 4 tries to 1 to boot them out of the Heineken Cup. The Magnus League champions know they have the class to top the European charts, but they're also aware that time is running out.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I think last year we won the Magnus League, and I suppose that gave us a little bit of confidence to say that we can win something.
I think we definitely have the talent, and I think that never guarantees you anything really. You see a lot of good sides with talent that don't go to the final level. And the key will be creating a bit of reliability about the side. So talent's not an issue, it's just getting it together and being able to perform when we need to, which is this weekend.